Morning, Alan here with Fahrt Systems. Just want to walk you through a recent build. We just wrapped it up yesterday, actually. This is for a third generation Nissan Frontier double cab. It has the new Radica Moonlander X canopy on it, which is their newest version. It's a taller canopy. It also has a over the cab section for storage, which is kind of a really nice unit to have up there that keeps all your stuff up and out of the way, and plus keeps the weight forward of the rear axle, which is kind of nice. So anyways, this is a 6-foot box. Customer works in forestry, rope access, that kind of thing. So this is kind of a work and play type truck. What the customer wanted was the ability to, of course, sleep in the back of the truck, but also to be able to store his work gear in there. So we built this drawer. This is the big drawer. This is a 5-foot drawer by 21 inches wide internally. This is meant to house all of his work gear. So it's going to be a fairly heavy in here, but this is again full lock in, lock out as per what we usually do. So fully carpeted on the interior. If you haven't seen our little video that we did on our technical bulletin for our carpeting, it's something worth checking out. So this is, again, like I say, a 60-inch drawer. So it gives them a ton of storage in here. And if you ever have a problem with your tailgate, let's say, and let's say you have your recovery gear in the back, you can't. I'm an old guy. I remember tailgates where you had to hit it with your elbow and keep your left eye closed to get the tailgate open. And they do fail from time to time or come out of adjustment. So what we do in our drawers, especially drawers where you need to access things, we have access lids where you can access the contents of the drawer quite easily just by climbing in the back of the truck through the canopy door. So as long as you can get your canopy door open, you can access all the contents of your drawer without the tailgate being open. So that's kind of a nice thing to have there. Say you're never really in a bind as far as accessing the drawer contents. Then we also added, I guess more of the fun part of it, and that's the camp kitchen drawer. So again, it has our 30-inch stove tray. It has the 30-inch shallow storage. This one also has a side table that bolts to the side. The customer wanted someplace to put a sink, and he asked for a sink table. And I said, well, if you cut this out, you use it for a sink. That's all it's good for is a sink. So I said, why not just set the sink on top of the shelf? And he's like, okay, that's brilliant. So now it's actually a dual purpose shelf. So it just stows away inside underneath the pop-up table. Your pantry here in the back where you keep your dry foods, whatever you want to keep in here. It doesn't really matter. I'm not telling what people to store in their builds, but that's basically so you can keep all your dry goods in there, cutlery, etc. in here. And again, we have an access lid. If you're sleeping in the truck at night, and let's say you want to get something out of the pantry, the nice thing is this section here is accessible the same way as the gear drawer, where you can simply, you're sleeping in here at night, you want to get a snack out of here, you strictly just remove that lid and you can access the pantry. Then what we also did in this truck, because it's a 6-foot, we wanted to utilize that extra space at the front because these cabinets are actually offset in length, is we built an offset bulkhead storage bin. So this is where the customer can put his house battery, his DC to DC charger, all those kind of things can go in there. And then side storage lids as well. And we also added 2 Dometic Go hydration water jugs on here so that when the camp kitchen is deployed, use the Dometic faucet, you can actually, you have 22 liters of water on hand now, potable water, which is kind of nice. So yeah, so it's this is our latest for a 3rd gen Frontier with the Moonlander X. And we just go through here. We'll show you what else we did here. We also, anytime we get a truck in that actually has a factory inverter, instead of just closing that off, we actually put an extension on it so you can have your 120 volt outputs here, as well as a couple of USB and a USB-C So it's just a little extension off the factory inverter. So it's not useless anymore. And the next thing we'll touch on here is the customer also wanted a rear seat delete. So we'd never done one for the Frontier before. So we did this with side access. And we also have 4 top access lids. So you can keep your jack, work boots, all your tools and things in here. Again, the weight stays in front of that axle. It keeps it really low to the ground. Like I say, 4 access lids. So it's, and you can run this as, you can put the 40% seat in or the 60% seat, as well as just run it as 100%. So it's pretty functional. Realistically, one of the nicer things that I think, you know, it's the attention to the details on these. One thing we do is we keep our compression latches recessed into the lids. The reason we do that is because if you're sliding a tote in, or you're sliding a cooler or whatever in, you're not going to hit the compression latch. Potentially you'll tear a rubber foot off the bottom of your tote or whatever, or break a plastic foot, or ruin the compression latch. So everything we do in the back, the build in the back, a receipt delete, doesn't matter what we build, we always recess those compression latches in so that you do get a perfectly flush finish on the top of it, which, you know, to me, it just makes a lot of sense to have them that way. It's a better way to do things. So yeah, so full seat extension, full reclining, tons of storage in this. Be a really nice little storage system for this fella.